Change just one thing in your behavioral answers, and you could immediately start landing more offers. I'm going to ask you to do something crazy here. Stop using STAR.
But John, even my interviewers tell me to use STAR.
I know, but have you ever wondered why? It's because STAR gives them this neat little report of events, right? Situation, task, action, result. And reports are easily understood, and that's good for interviewers, but that is not good for you. You want to stand out, be remembered. You want to actually impress them, right? A report won't get you there. Only a story will. So how do you actually tell a story like that in an interview? Well, for years, I agonized over the same question. And then I developed the healer framework. Hook. Start with a line that grabs their attention. Emergency. Describe the problem and why it's critical to solve. Approach. Share your unique thinking, something that makes you different from other candidates. Launch. Describe the specific and concrete details of how you solve the problem. Effect. Show the impact you created to your team and your company. And finally, reflection. End with what you learned, which makes you a better fit for this role. So let's do an example from my personal life. Real story. Here's how my STAR would sound. My wife had a stroke in 2023. It made me realize that life is short. I finally decided to leave my job and focus on my passion, coaching. It was the right decision, and I'm happy I did it. That's STAR. A neat little report. And completely forgettable, right? Now here's healer. On a summer night in 2023, just as we were turning off the lights, my wife looked at me and asked, "Why are we here? What are we doing?" Minutes later, I realized she was having a stroke. At 30 years old, she was fighting for her life in emergency. Her fragility and my own hit me like a thunderbolt. Before that, my plan was to play it safe, build coaching on the side, keep my salary, wait for a sign to go all in. I thought I was playing it safe. But seeing my wife in emergency made me realize that waiting for perfect timing is just waiting for death. Because life is movement. And when you stop moving out of fear, you stop living. So I moved. I quit my job. I built Mr. Jonathan Office full time. I stopped waiting and I started living. Since then, over 100,000 Chinese professionals follow my work online. I've helped hundreds to land jobs and promotions in Western workplaces. I've helped them to stop waiting and to start moving too. I wish I could say that it felt perfect. It didn't. It felt terrifying. But it was also the most alive that I'd felt in years. And it taught me how we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives. Offers don't go to the best candidates. They go to the best storytellers. So stop reporting on your career. Start selling it.